What's going on, guys? Welcome to Cruising with Kevin. Today we are heading to Orlando, Florida to look at potential tow rig for us. So we're gonna fly there today and see a couple vehicles and then see if it's worth actually picking something up there or not. Otherwise, it'll just be a mini vacation, I guess.
Scott's 2x4.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we came to look at an RV here. We're checking out. Just gonna do a quick little walk around to this thing and see, but we're already kind of seeing some issues with it that we don't know if it's going to be worth buying it here. So just checking everything over. I'm going to shut the propane off. We already took a quick peek inside here. We'll show you guys that, but kind of show you a couple things here. So that's your propane storage. So this is a 240 WB cat or Coachman, sorry. So you can kind of see, which he did call us and show us some of this stuff. There's some trim missing up the front here, which that wasn't too big of a deal. And the other big thing was that there's a house fridge in it and not a three-way. So when you're on the road, we always run around propane. So that's a problem. So we figured, well, worst case scenario, we might have to change that. But then the problems continued. We got the water pump to work, but we can't get the water heater to start. It's not even like trying to ignite. So something's wrong with that. And then the generator won't start. So we did it with the van running, the motorhome running, sorry, and it still wasn't working here. So this is kind of what the layout of this thing is here. Anyways, this is basically the main reason we came to look at it, was because of this layout. It's got this, and then there's like a little, they turn the bed sideways here, so I would say it's probably, I don't know, we think it's a full. So just trying to see, I guess, what's all wrong with it here. I don't think this is probably going to be a winner for us here. Like I said, we're trying to figure out, there's some closet space back here. There's a lot of storage in here. Like, it's actually pretty much the floor plan we're looking for. The only thing I would probably do differently is put some sort of a real door on here. Maybe just even at least a pocket door or something along the lines of that, like a whatever. But other than that, you got a lot of space for the kids and everything else, and it's just basic. It's nice and small, whatever. So let's go check this out. So this one has a valve for, it's got Firestone airbags in it, and the tires aren't bad, like rubber wise, but you can see they're dry rotted and they're probably old. Like, I could kind of tell just to look at them. 2006. So those tires are already 20 years old. So the outside's not in too bad a condition. It's got the V10. That was one of the main things I was looking for there. They're supposed to have good power and good towing, all that kind of stuff, which is what I'm going to use it for. And I didn't want to go too long. So I'll show you guys again on this side here. So the thing that I'm always looking for is to see if anything's been messed around with on this cap, because this is where they tend to leak. You can see it's been sealed and stuff. There's been a couple little patches here, which again he did show us, and it's not the end of the world here, but you kind of feel that's bulged a little bit, so it's obviously got moisture in there at some point. The awning's toast, which that's not a big deal for what we're using it for, but most people would care about that. And then the main thing that I'm going to check here for myself here is the hitch. So I'm just checking the frame here, because on the really long ones, sometimes they have a frame extension and then they won't be able to handle much tongue weight because it's been welded onto. So I don't think that's the case with this one, just because it's shorter. You wouldn't think it would be. Yeah, it actually does. It's got a slip in a frame, which is actually, oh no, it's like a double. Oh, so it's actually braced at the back, which is good. It's like a frame over top of a frame, and that's about 2 feet in there. But it's got a notch in it, which isn't really the best, but let me just take a better look here. I'll show you guys this here. So the frame's got that like notch in it, and then the rest of the frame is like sandwiched there. And I'm always looking to see, this only got a 4-prong flat, so I'd want to put electric trailer brake controller on there. And some other things like that, so. But yeah, they've had the good Sam's Club there. The spare is old, but probably good enough for a spare. We'll just start checking the cabinets. This is probably storage, I imagine, yeah. Antifreeze connection. It's a huge storage cabinet. It actually goes straight across there, which is nice. On these smaller campers, you sometimes, especially Class C's, you run into storage issues on the outside. So if you need a lot of storage, it's not probably the camper for you, but pretty good sized cabinet. It's narrow, but we're going to utilize it. There's your generator, but again, it's not starting, so it could just need a carb clean or something, or it could be more than that. And if it's more than that, these things are super expensive. So that's kind of where we're at with it, but I always check the walls. If you look down the wall, this one from really close here, just let me show you a better look here. See how that one's kind of bubbling there? That's either delamination or else it's got moisture in it at some point. In the heat, like in the really hot areas there, sometimes it'll tend to have, you could see up there too, see now that I'm looking at it, and that's where it's soft. So that's obviously had a little bit of moisture in it at some point too. So, I mean, it is an older camper. You can't expect to be perfect. Sometimes they get a little bit of moisture and people catch them right away, but it's not like it's, if you look at it up there, it's obviously not been fixed that great. So another not great sign there. So that's kind of where we're at with it. Like I said, it looks like it's been fairly well used, which again, for like what we're going to use it for, just basically like a work camper, wouldn't be too big of a deal, but for basically getting something that's going to be like a nicer camper, this isn't really it. So anyways, we're going to see what we can figure out here, I guess. So we're heading to check out a square body short bed. It looks like it's definitely got some rust. I don't know how bad. We're going to check it out and see if it's worth it. And then I guess we'll decide if that's maybe possibly what we're driving home or not. But meantime here, we'll go see what it's about. Otherwise, I might keep looking around. We got the rental car for the whole day here.
Onto Lake of the Woods Boulevard.
We got the rental car for the whole day here, so we're going to just cruise around, look at some vehicles, do some tourist stuff, whatever, I guess. I don't know. We have no real plans here. We're just kind of wandering around, so but we're gonna rip over and check this out and see what it's all
Stay
about.
in the middle 3 lanes.
There, been sitting a long time by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's been in the past. My grandpa bought it. He was gonna redo it. Got bad news, so then he ended up selling it to my dad to take over and try to get him to
Do something with it, basically.
get it back to where it was.
I've never seen them with ever like rust in these places like this. This is really weird.
But it comes with rockers.
Yeah. We all know how much fun that is to do.
Noah's the champ.
That's really weird. I've never seen it like It's almost like it had like tree stuff in it or something, and it was like holding in here. Is that what it was? Was it like?
I have no idea. When my grandpa bought it, it was pretty much the way you see it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it's been this way for a long time.
Interesting.
You think it might need a tire before you go anywhere?
Really? Maybe, huh? I think it needs 4 tires.
Well, it needs one to even roll it out of here.
Yeah, I know.
Holy cow, look at the rust around this mirror even. It's being held on by metal. You see that?
That's crazy. That's what I said. I don't understand how it would rust like up here, because it never holds water like here, for example, unless there was like leaves or something on it. Once it's open, of course, it's gonna rust down here, but huh. Oh, this side's toast too. Oof. So yeah, I couldn't see it in the pictures because it was dark, right? But
oh, I see what you're saying. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
that's pretty bad.
That's too bad. That really is sad.
Yeah, that makes it like this you can't fix. You're gonna need a bed now. Huh. All 4 tires, they're totally weather checked. I don't know if I'd even feel comfortable driving on those, honestly. What's the spare like? About the same. $83. It's hard to see underneath here. Stuff is sharp. Should wear pants. I don't know, it doesn't see. This is really weird that these, like, I don't know how you'd fix that, is the problem.
I don't know because it's all the way at the top. It's not like you can just change you can change a rocker. That's not the same as that.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. It's like all the way through here.
Like, I thought it was maybe here and it could just be welded in a little bit, but when it's in here, I don't know how you would ever fix that.
Screwdriver Bondo job.
Yeah. My expertise. Huh. Yeah, like even if you look inside the doors here.
I can't see from this side.
If you look, I don't know if you can see down in here. It's like that fender's all rusted up too. Let's open the hood and take a look at it, I guess. This thing has not driven in a very long time.
No, that has not driven in a very long time. There's no way it has.
Okay. Well.
Some gas.
Yes.
I mean oil.
It does smell super gassy.
Does it smell
Yeah,
gassy?
and it looks thin, yeah. Probably just running rough or whatever. Holy man, look at even like all of this is like rusted too. That's crazy. I've
Yeah,
never
that
seen
is
that
probably
before.
the most rusted I've ever seen one of these.
Fenders, like, oh, this is gone. That's freaking. What the heck, man? How would that even happen? Let's see if we look underneath here. It's like literally every single panel. And the weird part is the hood's always rust, but that's not really rusted.
Well, this side of the box stuff isn't rusted. driver's side is definitely way worse than the passenger side.
What's that?
I said the driver's side is way worse than the passenger side. I mean, the passenger side's bad, but
Oh, what? Huh. I wasn't anticipating that. Let's guess this thing. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting it to start. I thought the battery was gonna be dead actually. I wonder if there's just water in there, if there's actually antifreeze. It's a 305 too, which is sucky. Loud, eh?
water.
A little bit antifreeze in it.
Look, it still has the jack.
Something's making noise. Yeah, test drive it, of course, because it doesn't
I
have
know, so then
tires,
what?
so like we'd have to know that it would drive to some extent too. Nah, I've never seen rust so bad like that. Let me just put the hood down. I wanted to like see if it'll move, and I want to know if the brakes and stuff are there too. Like, loud though, eh? Something's ticking. I don't know what it is though. Looks like it's got a newer Edelbrock on it, by rebuilt or whatever. Or not Edelbrock, sorry, Q-Jet I meant. So I've got all the like emissions crap on it. Alright, let me close this up and see if it's even gonna go into gear or whatever. Hole in the fender. I'm assuming what we saw down there for Russ was just it running down there, huh? That's really weird. Is there a gas tank on the side over there too, or is it just this one? It would be like inside the fender here? No?
No, must be just
Yep.
one. I wonder if the lights work. Left, yep. Right, yep. Brakes.
So let me look again. I just want to see what else there. Oh, I was just wondering if it had AC, but there's no AC compressor anymore. It's gone, so no AC. Okay.
So she'd be a hot drive for you.
Yeah, it would, especially on a plastic seat. Do the headlights work by chance?
Yep.
Left signal?
Yep. Yep.
Nope. Nope. Not much pedal lift. Be an ordeal to get it out of here probably too, huh?
Pouring white smoke.
Oh, it was reversed then.
I would reverse it a little so it's back in its...
That would probably go, but whew, she smokes a lot, eh?
It smokes a lot. It's like pouring smoke.
Nope. That smoke so bad. Ooh, that's oil smoke too.
Another cracked head?
Huh?
What was that causes that, you said?
No, that's oil smoke. That's just like it's burning, like it's got bad piston rings. It's like the shifter boot isn't like it's just kind of shot, so all the oil burning off the engine is like coming up through the shifter boot.
Oh, that's good.
I know. Interesting. This is a project for sure. It like needs everything. So you can see all the everything leaking here. How it's, you know, it's getting hot out. It's like smoking there. I think that's what's starting to, it's probably leaking out the back a little bit too, and that's starting to come up from the shifter boot. You can see, I mean, it's pretty covered in oil. If you look straight down in here, you can see down in there, there's like pools of oil at the bottom. Probably the front and rear main seal and all that stuff is leaking, I'd imagine. So, all right, well, I think I got the general idea here. All right, guys, as you can see around me here, we are trying to make a decision. We're going to look at a third vehicle here. So we looked at the motorhome first. It was a lot more rough than they had said, so I don't know if we're going to attempt to try to maybe go down the price on that one and buy it. Then the next one we looked at was the square body short bed step side there, which it did run and stuff, but it smoked really bad. It had mega rust on it. That was the biggest thing probably. It needed 4 tires and probably other things we hadn't found yet. So there was that one. And again, they were just asking a little bit on the high side there. So I don't know. I mean, we were close, but not sure on that one. $500 apart from each other. It doesn't sound like much, but that's enough to buy tires probably or whatever. So now we're gonna go look at a car and decide if that's maybe what we're gonna be driving home. We really needed the motorhome, but we're not sure if that's the right fit for us here. So we're gonna decide on that, and then I guess after we look at this last vehicle here, that's about all we're gonna have time for this trip, because we have to be home Tuesday and it is Monday late already, and we're still got
Sunday.
Oh, sorry, Sunday. It is Sunday, and we have probably like 1,500 miles to go home. So we're gonna see what this last one's all about. If not, I'm not sure. We might even have to fly home. So we haven't totally figured that out yet. We're not gonna buy something just to buy something, but we're trying to figure something out. Now, I'm no automotive expert, but antifreeze down there, and then a little fogged up windows when you park, not generally a good sign. I think anybody that knows what I'm looking at here is probably like, oh, not great sign. So anyways, let's get on with life here. All right, guys, so you saw us. We came to look at a motorhome. That didn't pan out. We're not 100% sure yet because it needs tires, it needs a bunch of other work there. You kind of saw what we showed you there. So it wasn't exactly what we're looking for, but we're still 50-50. We might try to get the guy down the price. The next truck we looked at was a 85 square body Chevy short bed step side, which is kind of an unusual combo. It's actually a truck I've wanted forever. I just didn't like that generation. I like the previous generation, but thought it'd be kind of a cool project or whatever. The biggest issue with it, honestly, is it has a ton of rust. It needs 4 tires before you could drive anywhere. They're so dry rotted. I don't think you'd make it 50 miles and they'd probably blow out. So the guy's kind of on the high side for price and stuff. I've been haggling with him on the price. So if I can make something work there, I might drive that home, but we'd have to go get tires and everything like that. We're supposed to be home tomorrow. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. So while we're trying to figure out how to get home, found this too. So I can't test drive it because I don't have my name on the insurance. So basically kind of what you see is what you get here. It's nothing too exciting. It's a 1994 Camaro. It's actually, the reason I'm even looking at it is because it's a 6-speed car, and all my buddies always say I don't know how to drive 6-speed, so it's time to take a look at one and see here. So anyways, I can't drive it. I'll show you. It's pretty rough around the edges here. I'll give you a quick little look at the interior here and stuff. We're basically just going to see, I don't know. It's got 180,000 miles, 6-speed car. And yeah, we're basically kind of just looking for something to get us home here. Okay, so this is kind of a little bit of an unusual car, being it's a 6-speed standard LT1, 285 horsepower of American muscle. So it's actually kind of a cool car, but it's in pretty rough shape. So the guy was totally honest with us about it, to come and look at it. He's like, they live in Hollywood, Florida. We need to return our rental car down to Orlando, and he's like, I wouldn't even drive it to Orlando, which is only a few hours away from his place. So he was honest about it. So we're not sure if we're going to buy this one because of that. It's a convertible car, but as you can kind of see, if you look pretty close at it here, it's got really bad paint on it. The guy did do some things to it, he said, like tires. He said he did a clutch. He bought it right at the beginning of COVID, so about 2020, I think, is when he said he had bought it there. So yeah, other than that, it's just kind of sun faded and stuff. So he fired it up. He did take me for a drive. It seems like it runs okay-ish, I guess. The clutch shutter's really bad and a couple things like that, but like I said, 189,000 miles, and I guess we'll kind of see if it's worth it or not. We took it for just a quick zip on the freeway there, and that's kind of where we're at. So we're just kind of deciding here what we're going to do, and then we got 3 to choose from here. I guess we're trying to figure out what we're going to drive home, because we got a lot of miles to make here. So what would be the best to actually get us home? I think the motorhome would be reliable. I actually think the truck might get us home. It does leak oil pretty good. That's probably my biggest concern. It is, it's a 5-speed truck, so it'd probably be okay that way and things like that. it had a flat tire, so I couldn't drive it either. So it was at a storage compound. So basically, yeah, this is the only one we've really seen drive because the motorhome was actually boxed in there and they didn't have it ready at all. So he said they were going to try to get it ready and basically have it ready for today so we could check it out a little bit better. But so that's where we're at. So I think that's going to do it for this video. We're going to decide, I guess, what we're driving home, and then we'll kind of show you guys once we get on the road. If we buy any of these at all, to be totally honest here, we might just have to fly home, but we'll see where we end up here. But yeah, so thanks for watching again, guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share me around on social media. I am Cruising with Kevin on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.